Hey yo, what's up everybody, it's Hilarious aka Ty Killington. Yeah, alright guys, thanks for coming out and chilling with me. This video is going to be talking about the advanced handling features and the advanced handling guide of the Mark II Oppressor and a new speed boost that we have found that will definitely help you out, especially while making money and just overall flying the vehicle. Alright, now shout out to Sky Nomalos, thank you so much. He's the one that informed me, one of my crew members. But check this out. So if you notice, while you're on the ground, the Mark II Oppressor is very fast. On its speedometer, it reaches up to a speed of 129 or 130. All right, very, very fast. It's, one of the fastest vehicles on the ground hovering. Once you start to fly with it, however, the speed drops down. It drops down to a slower 109, 110 miles per hour. However, there is a nifty feature that has been added that will speed boost this Oppressor Mark II. If you hold R1 or right bumper, the fins on the front and back of the vehicle will fold in, giving you a speed boost, and you'll be able to go as fast as you were on the ground, back up to 129, 130 miles per hour. And that absolutely helps you get around. Now, is it the dolphin method where you'd go up and down, the roller coaster method right before, where you do 180 or faster? No, but it does definitely help out, making it faster than even the jetpack from a point A to point B standpoint, which I have testing on. So that really does help out. Now, this feature, the R1 feature, holding that and hitting it down and having the fins on the front and rear of the vehicle basically fold in, is meant for something else. So we'll talk about that here in just a second. Another cool feature, they have fixed the landing. Well, they've improved the landing. If you come to a complete stop and just hit triangle, the Mark II Oppressor will just directly descend down to the ground. Be careful where you're descending, though. It'll be a little sticky situation. But it will allow you to get off the Mark II. Now, there is one issue with that. You cannot disengage from that feature. So if you hit triangle and your Mark II is dropping down, it's descending to allow you to land, you can't get out of that descent. You have to stick with it. So that's really, really handy. If you're high up, it doesn't matter. Just stay still. Don't be going. If you're flying and you hit triangle, it's just going to toss you off. But if you're at a standstill, you hit triangle or whatever the button is for Xbox, I forgot exactly right now. It'll allow you to descend and basically just land the vehicle. Very, very handy. Definitely an improvement over previous, landing methods with the Mark II. Now, on to the actual real feature with the R1 or the right bumper button when you fold in the fins with the Mark II. This is really designed to allow you to descend much more rapidly. I can go into a descent by hitting the R1 button, it folds in my fins, and I'm able to drop down to the ground extremely fast. I can control my descent, get down to the ground, jump off the Mark II, or I can basically disengage from that. I don't have to be locked into it like I was with the previous landing method where you just hit triangle and fall down to the ground basically. So if I'm just flying along, I can hit R1 and hold it, and my fins basically collapse or fold in, and it will allow me to dive down to the ground. Much, much better than before. As you see right now, my fins are out. It's much harder to dive into the ground. It's kind of more of like a glide. However, when I fold the fins in, or if I hit the ground, you notice when you're on the ground, the fins come in anyways. So that's what it's designed to do. So as I hold the fins in, I'm able to descend down to the ground much quicker, which is, oh my God, it's so nice. It's much nicer to have that feature. And when you are flying, just hold R1 and it obviously gives you that speed boost. So it's basically two functions in one. As you see right here again, I'm flying normally at 109 miles per hour. Once I fold in the fins, as you see right there what happened, I'm going to go back to first person. Now I'm at 130. So it's basically a 20 mile per hour advantage, and that does make a serious and huge difference, a very big advantage when you're running, 500 crates, right? All that time saved is going to be a major advantage. So as you see right here, when I have my fins folded in or disengaged, it's much easier to dive down to the ground. I mean, you can almost directly dive on top of a target and be able to jump off your Mark II, engage in ground combat, or just be more maneuverable than you would be able to before, which is so much nicer. And once again, if you just want to chill and Just drop down. You can just stop, hit triangle, and your character will just jump off. You see right, you see how quick that was, jumping down there. This, of course, this is always fun when you tip over your your Oppressor Mark II, but it's not the end of the world. So as you see right here, I'm gonna take off, and of course you have a boost as well. You know, just hitting the X button will engage your boost for your Mark II. But it's just, look at that right there. So much easier to dive down to the ground. I mean, it really is. Jump off, ready to engage in ground combat, pick up a crate or get to a vehicle, whatever, and you're off. Very, very easy, very, very simple. Engage your boost, gives you a nice little speed advantage right there. And once again, diving down is made much easier when you hold the R1 button in. So these are some, just a few little tips, tricks, some handling, advanced handling guide that I wanted to bring you guys to kind of help you out with what you guys are doing. Because I know the Mark II is a favorite among many, and now having a little bit better, handling and usability with this vehicle makes the world of difference. It really, really does. Being able to go faster, being able to descend and ascend much quicker, it really does help out, and it makes, for some people, other vehicles aren't as easy to drive, they aren't as easy to fly, which can be difficult. So this is much, you can just hover if you need to. The maneuverability is second to none, really. It's very, very maneuverable. And like I said, you're able, look at that, just immediately dive down. I mean, so nice now. Before, I mean, you could have a nice gradual descent, but now being able to fold the wings in just makes it that much better for what you're doing in the long run. So just to summarize and recap, we now have some advanced handling in terms of descending and having some sort of a speed boost with this Mark II. Holding R1 will allow you to descend much quicker. Holding triangle will allow you to descend and disengage the bike. And then, of course, holding the R1 button again will give you a speed boost. All right. So if you guys got any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Follow me at Twitter at TylariusYT, Instagram Tylarius_YT. Check out my merch at Redbubble and Spreadshirt. Just search Tylarius. And of course, make sure you subscribe to my channel for the illest and realest content in the game. Make sure you smash that like button. You guys stay dangerous. Peace.